Okay, so I haven't done a video in a while, so I thought I would update you guys. Well, it's been super hot, and the greenhouse has been scorching. It's been getting up into the 90s and 100s over here, and the greenhouse can't seem to stay much cooler than that. Accordingly, the plants aren't doing so great. Right now it's 90 degrees outside. I keep the vents open all the time because it's so hot. But what I want to share with you today is mushrooms. I've started growing mushrooms inside of the greenhouse, and I'm making my own bulk substrate. Here's the substrate fermenting, and basically, oh, it smells horrible. Basically it's sawdust along with some other ingredients, including coffee, oats, some yard waste, and I also take some fish poop from the bottom part of the radial flow filter and use that to put into the substrate. Now, I started growing some finished flax over here in order to generate bulk substrate. As it turns out, flax is a really good substrate for mushrooms. This grow bed over here is just the asparagus, and I've also got some onions growing in there. Here's the duckweed RFS working. I've got some mint growing over here. And here's one of the mushroom buckets that I did. This one has already produced some mushrooms. This one is a pearl mushroom. There's also some king oyster mushrooms in there. And I should be getting some more fruits. You can see down in there, it looks like some fruits are going to start to come up. Right now, the problem that I'm having is I had a major leak in my fish tank all the way down at the bottom. You can't see it right here, but I had to cut a hole behind this RFS and seal it up. Luckily, I was able to seal it with Gorilla Glue. I don't know how long it's going to hold, but this fish tank has been in operation for almost 5 years, so it's probably about time to replace it. So this grow bed I've been growing mushrooms in. This grow bed is empty, but I'll probably be doing mushrooms in it soon. The black soldier fly and worm bin I'm having trouble with. I think I killed some more worms and black soldier fly. I still have not gotten the hang of it. I may have to redesign this thing. It could also be that I'm letting the soil get too acidic. The moringa tree looks like it's got some sort of nutrient deficiency, and I've also had some aphid problems. And then I had my plants devastated by caterpillars. So the plants aren't doing so great. Here is some mushroom substrate that I'm drying. What I do is I just let it dry in the sun, and then what I mix it in with the sawdust and the fish poop, and it generates a pretty good mushroom substrate. When I continue, I'm going to show you the pink oyster mushroom spawn that I'll be putting in this bulk substrate soon. For pasteurization of the bulk substrate, I use this smoker that I made out of a diatomaceous earth pool filter. And basically, I put charcoals down there in the bottom. I put the substrate up here in a metal pot, and then I let it get up to about 160 degrees for an hour or so to pasteurize the bulk substrate. The bulk substrate was that bucket that you saw in the back over there. Here's some of the oyster mushrooms that I harvested from that bucket. I actually had a completely full Ziploc bag plus another Ziploc bag of mushrooms. It's producing very nicely. These are the pearl oyster mushrooms. And when I go downstairs, I'll show you the pink oysters that I'm going to be spawning soon. Here's some of the spawn that I've been doing. This is a bucket that's full of oyster mushrooms. I've got the pearl oyster mushrooms as well as some king oyster mushrooms in the bottom. As you can see, it's fully colonized and should be ready for fruiting soon. Over here I've got some mushroom spawn. This is some pearl oyster mushroom spawn that on ryegrass. I used a microwave technique for sterilizing the ryegrass. It seems to be working okay. This one is not finished yet. It's just starting to colonize. I've also been using these coffee bags for colonizing substrate as well. As you know, you can colonize on coffee. So these are some bags that are going to have some oyster, pink oyster, and some king oyster mushrooms on coffee. And this is another bag of coffee. And finally, here's a fully colonized ryegrass pink oyster mushroom. I'll be using this to inoculate that bulk substrate that I showed you at the beginning of the video. And these pink oysters should do very, very well in this heat. The pearl oysters and the king oysters really are better for the colder weather. So I'm hoping these pink oysters will do a lot better. That's it for now. So it looks like it's mushrooms, mushrooms, mushrooms. And I'll talk to you guys soon.